Sit down. Members, listen. We'll recall that just yesterday, His Excellency the Governor addressed the media while on an official function somewhere around Ahoda or Mok or thereabout. And the governor alleged that he has not been able to meet with members of the Rivers State House of Assembly because the FCT minister, our leader, our political leader, has refused to make that possible. He even mentioned the name of our revered chairman of the Elders Council, Chief Ferdinand Alabraba, and accused them of not making it possible for him to meet members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. When we listened to the governor, of course, we listened to his remarks. We were so disheartened hearing that from our governor, coming at a time when Rivers people are yearning for peace and good governance, coming at a time when we have decided to sheath our sword and focus on how to make life better for the good people of Rivers State. We find the governor's remarks unnecessary and condemnable. What the governor is trying to do is to set the stage for another crisis in Rivers State. Governor's remarks obviously are intended to disparage the person of the FCT minister, a man who did so much for him to become the governor of Rivers State. It's important I make these clarifications. First and foremost, the governor lied when he said that he has not met with members of the Rivers State House of Assembly because the FCT minister or even the leadership of the Elders Council has not summoned a meeting between us and him. The governor merely lied to Rivers people and, of course, to Nigerians. First and foremost, shortly after the emergency rule was terminated by His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the FCT minister, who is the leader, the political leader of Rivers State, following the directives of Mr. President, summoned a meeting between us and the governor. I can confirm to Rivers people and Nigerians that the governor was with us in a meeting in the FCT minister's house in Abuja. We met with him. Myself, the leader, was there because the idea was meet with principal officers first so that we look at the way forward following the termination of emergency rule. So we met with the governor and we deliberated on a number of issues, particularly on the way forward for the state following the end of emergency rule. In that meeting, the terms of the settlement order we discussed during the emergency rule, we re-emphasized them, and then we told the governor that we had earlier sat, because you recall that we sat a day after the emergency rule was terminated, and we passed a resolution calling on the governor to do the needful, in line with the judgment of the Supreme Court, in line with the terms of settlement and things like that. And we said, bring the list of your nominees for appointment into the Rivers State Executive Council so that the state can move forward, so that the ministries can function effectively. In that meeting, we told the governor, you know that since you became governor, you have not sought for the approval of the Rivers House of Assembly to spend. The governor has never come to us since he was sworn in. The governor has not come to us to tell us to present the budget of the state. He hasn't. In 2024, he spent without appropriation law. In 2025, he was spending. Emergency rule was declared. Even after the emergency rule, we discussed with him in the meeting saying, look, bring your budget so that we can take care of all you intend to do for the remaining part of 2025. There in that meeting, the governor told us blatantly that he will not do it, that he will not bring a budget. God is my witness. As I speak here, God is here, and God knows I'm not lying against the governor. Where the governor is, governor knows I'm not lying against him. I shouldn't have brought all this to the fore because we're trying to see how we can mend fences and move the state forward. So we have kept mum hoping that the governor will do the right thing. From September, when we met with the governor, to this day, the governor has been spending without our approval, awarding contracts to his cronies, particularly those who masterminded the burning of the Rivers House of Assembly. Awarding contracts to them, and they're celebrating it on social media, mocking us that they've been rewarded for burning down the Rivers House of Assembly. The governor does not seek the approval of the Rivers House of Assembly to spend. He has been spending from his front pockets. We decided to just stay calm and hope that the needful will be done. Because Rivers people are yearning for progress. Rivers people are yearning for good governance. And we've just decided to say, let's just stay calm. But the governor's outburst yesterday is the reason for this press conference, because we need to set the record straight. And it's important that I also state that the minister of the FCT, His Excellency Zewonye Sonwike, means well for Rivers State. He wants peace. He wants the state to move forward. Let me also make it clear and inform Rivers people that within the pendency of the emergency rule, His Excellency Zewonye Sonwike also summoned a meeting of all the members of the Rivers House of Assembly. 27 of us were present in that meeting in the official residence of the FCT minister in Abuja. The governor was in that meeting. The governor sat with us. We had a meeting with the governor. All the members present were so shocked hearing the governor saying that no meeting has been called. Let me also inform Rivers people that after the emergency rule, the FCT minister also caused a meeting to take place at the residence of Chief Alabraba in his residence here in GRA in Port Harcourt. We also had a meeting of the Elders Council. In that meeting, some members of the assembly, principal officers, myself, I was in that meeting, deputy speaker was there, the leader was in that meeting. How many meetings have I mentioned? How many meetings does the governor want the FCT minister to call for him to do the needful? Is he 100? Maybe he will tell us how many that is required. It's so saddening. What we are saying today, this press conference, is really not what we intended to do, because we have resolved, following the intervention of Mr. President, to sheath our sword, to allow peace to reign, to allow for good governance of the state. And that's why we said we won't be speaking to the press. Even when people are calling us, talk to the press, tell us, we said no, let's focus on our duties, because we don't want to heat up the polity. And that's the reason why we have kept calm. Even when the governor refused to bring the appropriation bill for the remaining part of the year, we say, okay, let's not talk about it. Here we are. They are spending. You see what is going on. As we speak, we don't even know what he's doing. Let me also say that in that particular sitting, where we passed our resolution and called on the governor to do the needful, recall that we also asked, or we informed Rivers people that we will go ahead to find out what transpired during the period of emergency rule. Part of what we have found out following preliminary observation, and I will restate it again, is that the outgone administrator during the emergency rule left over 600 billion naira in the accounts of Rivers State. I'm saying it again. We know the exact figure. What the governor is doing, he has been spending it, boasting how he will use the funds to divide the assembly, buy the members. The governor needs to know that Rivers State House of Assembly members are not for sale. Members, are you for sale?
No, not at all.
27 of us will remain committed to the dreams and aspirations of the good people of Rivers State. We remain loyal to our constituents who have elected us. We are prepared to serve Rivers people, and we are doing that. It's our intention to do the needful so that Rivers people can benefit from the dividends of democracy.